boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 119, subtracting three-digit numbers and money amounts. And before we begin that lesson, we are going to practice our 2 times table, and then you're going to be timed on side A and B of your class fact practice here in just a minute. So I'm going to hold up the cards like we did yesterday. I'm going to hesitate a little bit, and I want you to try to answer the problem as quickly as you can. Remember, you are doubling the number. It's times 2. Here we go. 6, 16, 10, 12, 4, 14, 6, 18, 8, 18, 8, 14, 6, 10, 4, 16, 2, 12, 0. Good job, boys and girls. All right, now, make sure you're on side A. Have a colored pencil and colored crayon. After your parents time you for 3 minutes and say stop, go ahead and continue with your colored utensil. When you finish, do side B the same way. You get 3 minutes for both sides. So you can go ahead and turn the video off now and do that, and then I'll see you back in just a minute, okay? All right, so today you're going to be subtracting 3-digit numbers and money amounts. So I want you to look at the board. I have 2 problems up on the board. And let's look at this problem first. Let's say I have 682 pennies, and I'm wanting to know if I subtract 263 pennies from that number, what would I have left, all right? So remember, when we look at our places, this column would be the ones place. This column is the tens place. And this column is the hundreds place. So we have 600s. Remember when we used to write this out like this? 600 plus 80 plus 2. These are the different places, but this is how we write it in digit form. All right, now let's also make sure we have our subtracting and regrouping poem handy. And let's look at this together. So we always start over here in the ones column, and we need to always check to make sure that the number on top is bigger than the number on the floor. So we need to be aware of our poems over here because they really give us a good clue how to do it. So if we look at this, can we take 3 ones from 2 ones? And the answer, of course, is no, because when there's more on the floor, I have to go next door and get 10 more. So that's exactly what I'm going to do because there's more on the floor. So I go next door, I borrow 1 10 from my neighbor, and I bring it back over here, which makes this number now 12. So I'm good to go, right? So let's go ahead and try this. So what is 12 minus 3? Brianna, what is 12 minus 3? Yes, ma'am, it is 9. Good job. Now, look at my tens column. Can I take 6 tens away from 7 tens, Isaiah? Yes, I sure can. How many are left, Isaiah? If I take 6 tens from 7 tens, you're exactly right. There's 1 10 left. Good job. All right, Micah, what if I go over here to the hundreds column? Can I take 200, from 600s? Yeah, because there's more on the floor, right? I'm sorry, there's more on top. No need to stop, right? Because my number's bigger on top. So what is 6 minus 2? Or if I take 200s away from 600s, what's left, Micah? 4. You're exactly right. So my answer is 419. So it's very similar to what you're used to doing whenever you just had like 82 minus 63. You just have 682 minus 262. You're just subtracting 3-digit numbers now from each other instead of 2-digit numbers from each other. Now, let's look at this problem. This is a money amount. We have $7.81. Let's say you went to the store and that's all you had was $7.81 in your pocket. And the candy that you bought amounted to $1.49. So when you write a subtraction problem like this, it's only necessary to put a dollar sign on the top number. Okay, you don't have to put one right here, but what is very important, you do need to carry this dollar sign down into your answer because that's what the problem requires. You also need to go ahead and carry your decimal point down in the problem. But you have to make sure and keep your columns lined up. Your ones column, tens column, and hundreds column. It's very important to do that. So again, we have to look at we start over in our ones column, and we look at our ones here. And is there more on the floor, or is there more on top? Well, obviously 9 is bigger than 1, and we can't take 9 ones from 1 1. All right? So, Jasper, what would I need to do here? If I have more on the floor, what do I have to do? I have to go next door and get 10 more. So that's exactly what I do. I go to my neighbor, I borrow 1 10 away from the 8, so I have 7 left. I take that 10 over here, and now my number becomes 11, because 10 plus 1 is 11. So, Jasper, now I'm ready to subtract. Can I take 9 from 2? Yes. What is it, Jasper? You're exactly right. It's 2. All right, now, Abby, looking at my tens column, can I take 4 away from 7? Yeah, there's more on top. No need to stop, right? So 7 minus 4 is what, Abby? Yes, 3. Now look at my hundreds column. That's the last column left. Blake, help me out with this one. Can I take 1 from 7? Yes, I can, and it would be 6. So my answer is $6.32. All right, I think you boys and girls will do well at this because you've done such a good job at subtracting two-digit numbers and money amounts. I don't think this is going to be a big stretch for you. So, what I'd like for you to do now, take out your guided class practice 119A. Let's look at side A together. You need your rulers, and you are going to, first of all, you're going to draw an 8-centimeter line segment. So remember to make sure you're not using inches, make sure you're on the centimeter side, and then you're going to measure your date and put the answer there below. Now, with your tracking finger, track along with me. There are 5 desks in the room. Alicia put 3 books on each desk. Draw the books on the desk. How many books are there all together? So the first thing we're going to do in our box is we're going to draw this problem out, because seeing it helps us to visualize it. So we're going to draw 5 desks. 1, 2, 3, you do this as I'm doing it, 4, 5 desks. Draw that in your box. Now, it says she put 3 on each desk. So we're going to draw 3 books on each desk. You do that as I'm doing it. 1, 2, 3. And boys and girls, even though it doesn't ask, what kind of story problem is this? Some and some more, some went away, or equal groups. Yes, it is actually equal groups. Good job. All right, Lainey, can you tell me what the number sentence would look like? Now, first of all, think about how many desks that you drew, and then how many books are on each desk, because we're really wanting to know how many books total, right? So tell me what you have. Yes, 5 desks with 3 books on top of each equals, now let's sing our little 3 song. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Good job. 5 times 3, there are 15 books that she put out. And so your total answer, you just write again, 15 books. That is number 1. So you should all get that correctly. All right, look at number 2. You have this shape here. Kind of like that. And you are going to use your ruler, and you're going to use centimeters, and you're going to measure this. Now, I'm going to let you measure it, but I am going to help you make sure that you know which line segment is vertical, which are horizontal, and which are oblique, because it wants to know the perimeter. So when you do perimeter, remember it's the rim around the object. Say, for instance, I had a backyard that was this shape, and I wanted to put a fence around it, and I'm trying to figure that out. So the first one says, measure the vertical line segment on the left using centimeters. Okay, here's my left. I'm going to put an L here. Here's my right side. Remember, vertical is as if we're looking to God. Our vertical relationship should be number 1 above all. All right, so the vertical line on the left is this line segment right here. So you want to measure it first and put it in that first blank using centimeters. Then it says measure the vertical line segment on the right. Okay, here's the right side. Vertical, straight up to God. We're going to measure that line segment in centimeters and put it here. Then it says measure the horizontal line segment using centimeters. Now, remember, horizontal, snorizontal. A horizontal line should be a line that you could actually lay down on like you lay on a bed. That's why we say horizontal, snorizontal. All right? So here is your horizontal line segment. And you're going to put it right here, measure it. And then finally, oblique line segments. Remember, those are like our birds flying side to side, their wings. Here is our oblique line segment. And you're going to put that right here. And then the question goes on to say, what is the perimeter? So you have to add this side, plus this side, plus this side, plus this side, and you have to put the answer of all those right here at the bottom. So you may do that. Now, some of you may have an old sheet. I'm not sure because, like I said, some of our phonics sheets are older, and then we got a new set in, and they've left out a problem. So if you have number 4 that talks about number of pages read, you may skip that one. Okay, we're not going to do that. But if you have one that says find an example of a cylinder in the classroom, and then find an example of a sphere in the classroom, think about those items at home. Look around your home and see, is there a sphere? Is there anything in my house that is the shape of a sphere, a geometric sphere? And then what about a cylinder? So you're looking for a sphere that would look like this, and then you're looking for something that is a cylinder shape. So you're going to look for those at home and write it down. Then look at number 5. Number 5 simply says, write 617 using digits. That's kind of how we wrote out our problem when we were doing our subtracting of 3-digit numbers. So 617 using digits is 617. Now it says write this number in expanded form. And I did that for you with the first problem. All right? So if I wrote this in expanded form, I have to break it down into ones, tens, and hundreds. So I would have 600, because this is in the hundreds place. How many tens do I have? I have 1. 600 plus 10. How many sevens do I have? How many ones do I have in the ones place? And I have 7. So when I add 600 plus 10 plus 7, I have 617. So these are one and the same. One is using digit form, the other is using expanded form. Now, boys and girls, number 6 is simply doing like what we learned today. The first 3 are subtraction. The final one is addition. I want you to do these on your own. I think you can do those on your own. And remember your subtracting regrouping poem. If there's more on the top, no need to stop. More on the floor, go next door and get 10 more. Numbers the same, zero's the name. So the first 3 are subtraction. You'll use your little poem. The last one is an addition. Be very careful. If it has a dollar sign, make sure your answer has a dollar sign. And don't forget those decimals. I love you, and I miss you, and I can't wait to squeeze you.